Welcome back to Arcanum. We have just been to our friend Gypsy Lady, to our friend Gypsy Lady, whatever.
Yes, sir.
And we have identified this crashing hammer, and that was about it. I sold everything. The items that got us the better prices were the gems, the rings, and the especially the ruby necklaces. That those those were fetching almost 500. Oh yeah, I was here for a reason. Let's explore this place. I mean, we have explored this area where warehouses are. We have entered everywhere except here. Here we entered as well because it's the Thieves' Underground place. So this is 17 Quilton Bend. There are other places we've not been to, but this is jammed. Okay, this one, it seems like we have enough lockpicking skills that we actually can open this now. We could bash it because you can destroy it. Now I remember how to do it. You can do it in this game. I think you can bash it, right? Oh well, maybe we'll try another time bashing objects. But now let's try and open this. I just said... Okay, successfully picked. This part no, this part yes. Alright. Let's see what happens. What? There's a were-rat right behind the door? Okay. Okay. Get away from me. Wow. Everybody managed to hit. Incredible. So there are were-rats in here. That's not good. Oh god. That's even worse than a were-rat. Sog. Help me. Guys, are you stuck? Yeah, the turns got stuck. Well, the turns got stuck, but got stuck, and that's it, not stuck. Who was this guy? Why was it? Why was a butler in here? Ogre guard, alright. He was sleeping here apparently. Okay, that's locked. Fine. Oh! A hunting rifle. The skulls of the Renner Siamese twins. Saltpeter and bullets. That's what I want. Anything else? So... a chainmail. And an axe. You know what?
How can I help?
This is good for you. Oh no, because it's not his size. Great. Can you wear it? No. Let's go sell this. I also bought today's newspaper, which seems interesting. Oh, wait. This one, no. This one, no. Okay, so that was about it. Alright. We need to read that newspaper today. We need to sell what we just found. We need to go to Gilbert Bates. I don't think
Yes, sir.
Now you have shoes, Gar. Great. Everybody has shoes, right? You need equipment. Magnus needs equipment. I could give him the hat here, but... There are more warehouses that we can explore here, right? Oh, there is this that we can explore. This we have explored. We should go there after I... Yes, new steel plant opens door. I wanna read that. I already have my copy. But first things first. Here there are a couple of locked places that I haven't been in, right? This one, there is also a guard in front of it. This one. I also want to really think, I mean, Mr. Dixon wants to think about... I think Mr. Dixon found Mr. Matte Cesare really interesting, and he is intrigued by his secrets, so I don't think the skulls will go to the phrenology professor, but to a very shady guy instead. Okay, we're here. Are you ready to give the news? It's gonna be harsh.
You have returned. Tell me, what news?
The dwarves were banished to the Isle of Despair because,
For the sake of the gods, out with it, man!
They irresponsibly allowed their technology to spread to humans. He seems taken aback a moment as he considers what you have told him. This piece is not voiced. It has never been voiced. It's just random. By the gods, it is as I always feared. I doomed them all. He's now sobbing openly. What have I done, my youthful inexperience? Here's some gold for your trouble. He attempts to compose himself. Could you... He chokes back more tears. Do something further for me. You would like me to go to the Isle of Despair?
If you would. I know I've already asked much of you, but an old man needs to put his mind at ease.
What is the Isle of Despair?
The Isle of Despair is a penal colony, extremely dangerous. The criminals are unceremoniously left on her shores to fend for themselves against the elements and the other inmates. I would be indebted to you, of course.
Oh, that sounds like a nice place. Well, Mr. Dixon is curious to go to the bottom of this, so he doesn't even really care for... I mean, he has accumulated some money, so he's not... Well, will your indebtedness run to more than 300 gold coins this time?
Most certainly. I think this should cover any difficulties you incur along the way.
Excellent then. How do I get there?
Go to the docks at Ashbury. You can find it on your map. Ask around for Edward Teach, a crusty old salt. He is in command of one of the boats that I use for special jobs.
Special jobs? What are you? And he will take me. Can this man be trusted?
I trust him implicitly. There are rumors of a somewhat less than virtuous career on the high seas, but he's a good man should a difficult situation arise.
Alright, that is reassuring.
I'll wire ahead to tell Teach to expect you.
Okay.
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
Well, why don't you tell me about your business?
Well, as you know, I am the foremost manufacturer of steam engines in Arcanum, virtually without competition. I am working on a prototype for a smaller, more efficient engine right now, as a matter of fact. I also have various interests in other technological endeavors.
Do you have any labor difficulties in your factories?
Why do you ask? You're not a labor sympathizer, are you? A unionizer, perhaps? I can assure you, my workers are happy to have the jobs I give them. I treat all orcs, true blood, and half-breed alike better than any other factory owner. Of that I can assure you.
Well, of course, I didn't mean to imply anything, sir. I was simply curious.
Yes, I can understand that. With all the talk of labor difficulties and protests in all the journals. But in answer to your original question, I believe that I am fortunate to have been spared a lot of the problems others have been experiencing with their workers. I do believe it is because I treat my workers better than most. Why, their working conditions are almost human.
Indeed. Good day. Well,
of course. What do you...
Yeah. We are done with him. Well, Mr. Dixon would never insult him, and I don't even know if Mr. Dixon actually cares about those orcs. And, well, Gar doesn't, because Gar is a human. Funnily enough. I was thinking, maybe... Nah, the locks must be difficult in this place. I should not. We need to do other things. Yeah, we are going to Matt. We will give them to him. Let's read our newspaper. New steel plant open doors. Gainsborough opens modern factory. Sir Kevin MacDonald, Chairman Edward Willoughby cut the ribbon today on Tarant's latest high-capacity manufacturing plant, owned by local steel baron James Gainsborough. This new plant will turn out more steel than any plant so far in existence. Gainsborough was quoted as saying, with today's ever-increasing need for building materials, Gainsborough Steel is proud to provide Arcanum with the highest quality steel at the lowest possible price. Typically, as of late, controversy surrounds the plant's orcish labor force and the environment they will be subjected to within the plant itself. On this point, Gainsborough was unavailable for comment. Ashbury shows fine harvest. It was another fine year for the harvest in Ashbury. Locals were fearing the worst when last winter's extended frost spelled certain doom for their springtime harvest. Much to their relief, this year's harvest looked stronger than ever. Local farmer Migosh Nelram had a particularly good crop come up this year. I don't know how my crops lived through that last winter. That frost we had was right bad, and I thought everything had gone to pot. Must have been the fairy folk working their magics on my crops, bless them. I'll make enough this year to send my nephew off to the university where all his friends is, and all you readers out there can look forward to purchasing grains and fruits from Ashbury when the first shipment arrives next week. Indeed.
What is it that you want?
Need to sell that to the firearm guy. Yeah, we don't have any need for this weapon. You know what? We haven't visited the library here. It's this one, right? The court library of Tarant. Come on. Greetings, allow me to welcome you to the library of Tarant. Could I interest you in becoming one of our esteemed members? Please, could you tell me a little about your facilities? This is the Great Library of Tarant. It was created 60 years ago when the king chose to make his extensive library available to the public. King? Well, I kinda heard that Tarant had a king. Tarant no longer has a king. The tale is a heartbreaking one. Some would say that when technology began to come into power, it was the king's desire to industrialize Tarant slowly. Others thought the king was holding technology back from the people. Though the kingdom was thriving, the royal court was in turmoil. Okay. Yes, the League of Nomis Merchants was gaining power. Yeah, that's why. One day the king was found dead, the queen and the prince were missing. Having no heirs, the royal court was disbanded and the Nomis Merchants Guild took control. How convenient. Tell me about the membership then. That is correct. Anyone who wishes to peruse our volumes of knowledge must become a member. The Library of Tarant contains a myriad of books which house many diverse subjects. How much is it? A lifetime membership costs a mere 1,500 coins. Ooh. How much money do we have? Oh God, yes, we can have a lifetime. Yes. All of the books contained in the Great Library are free for you to peruse and borrow. We have the Orcish Question, Volume 2 and Volume 1. I'm not gonna take them away because I don't know where to put them, really. The Nature of Archaeological Practice, The Life of Ashton Fernwilter, Hunters Hunted, History of the Isle of Despair. We're gonna read that now. Then we have Treatise on the Causes of Disease, The Journal of Henry Dovern, Suit from the Gods, Psychological Treatise on Intolerance, Quirin's Poem, Dread Armor and its Origins. Let's read the one about the Isle of Despair. Geographical and magical properties of the Isle of Despair. A brief history of the dreaded penal colony by Sir Isaac Thrush, Esquire. How cool, Thrush. That's a cool name, man. Okay, the Isle of Despair, an overview. It has long been debated as to who first discovered the peculiar properties of the Isle of Despair and how it came to be used as a prison colony. There are historians who attribute this discovery to the first master mages of Tulla, Others who believe the elves found it during their journeys before their eventual building of Kintarra. In any case, it is well documented that the Isle of Despair has housed Arcanum's more diabolical social element for well over 400 years, and that it is a perfect environment for that element due to both its geographical and magical properties. Geographically, the Isle of Despair is perfect for housing criminals and derelicts. Being that it is surrounded by water, with the nearest coast almost 1,000 miles to the east, there is little danger of its inhabitants swimming to the mainland. Well, but couldn't they build a boat? The isle itself is situated between 3 strong ocean subcurrents, okay? Consequently, the waters around the island are invariably rough and violently crash upon the rocky shore both day and night. Massive whirlpools are known to appear suddenly and without warning. There is an account of 3 Ashburian merchants' ships being swallowed by one of these very whirlpools in 1783. But it is not only the geographical characteristics of the island that make it the perfect prison. Inexplicably, the island seems to negate certain types of magical practices, but most importantly those of the Convenience College, of course. Mages find it impossible to transport themselves from the island's surface to the mainland. Various theories have been postulated concerning this phenomenon. Some scientists believe that the island itself sits upon a massive vein of mithril ore. Mithril, having the ability to harbor magical flows, might just be the cause behind this most curious distortion. Archaeologists have theorized that the Isle of Despair might once have harbored an ancient civilization that used an early form of technology, and that old ruins might exist beneath the island's surface to verify that fact. Both theories might be scientifically sound, but none has yet been proven. Regardless, the Isle of Despair will continue to harbor our social convicts until the day comes when its vagaries are no longer sufficient, or until we as a society no longer have the need for it. Yeah, last one for sure is gonna happen. Oh wait, I'm gonna put it back there. Hunters hunted. Who was Ashton Fernwilter? Good God, this is endless. I want to read it, maybe not to everybody. I think I have read it some time, but I don't really remember it. I'm probably not gonna read it on screen because it's not fundamental. It doesn't really... Maybe, I don't know if later in... later in time in the game I will happen to somebody that has that name. Happen to meet somebody that has that name. Remember to say all the words, dear brain, because do not skip. No. Who's this house? Ah? A gnome noble. Of course. Hello? Yes, what do you want? Nothing? Okay. Oh, you're finally... You're trying to heal, Virgil? I've never been inside here either. Oh yes, I have been inside, I think. Rooms are locked. That room is locked, so maybe that's worth visiting, maybe one day in the future. Let's go to our friend here. There we go. What news? I brought you the skulls. Excellent, this is the break we've been looking for. You were going to tell me what was going on here now? I can tell you what I know, and a man named Arthur Tyron can fill you in on the rest. Okay, I think we found a note in Blackroot from this Tyron guy, the one about the crow being in danger. Please continue. Some years ago, bizarre breeding experiments were begun in secret which would eventually affect the balance of power here in Tarant. The Renner twins were the first viable offspring produced by these experiments. Their skulls are simply the first piece in a long chain of evidence we are gathering to expose them all. Ooh, who is doing this? What was the purpose of these experiments? I've told you all I dare. Tyron can fill you in on the rest. I need you to bring him the skulls, if you would. It would be far too dangerous for me to search him out. Well, okay, I'll do it. Good, he was in Blackroot last I knew. Perhaps you can still find him there. I actually... Tyron is not in Blackroot. He isn't? Did you find anything of his? A note that said that the crow is in danger. I was afraid of this. They are closer to us than I thought. So close, in fact, that he didn't even leave his new location encoded in that note. What should I do now? Please keep looking for him. It is imperative he receives those skulls. And what about you? Ah. Hmm. Yeah. All right. So that shack was Tyron's. Okay. Hello. Firearm dealer. You don't want bullets? Are you kidding me? I'm thinking about it. About these skulls. Hmm. Hmm. Ah, yes, something we could do. Maybe... Maybe we could go explore the sewers as well. That would be a good thing to do. We could try and level up a bit before actually going to the Isle of Despair. I've bought almost everything from you, right? Yeah. Okay then. Ah. Let's take the tube. I would like to go. Welcome to Steam Rail Station A. A ticket to ride costs 5 gold pieces. Which station would you like to buy a ticket for? I would like to go to the Tarant University, please. Here we go. I can't do this in full daylight now, can I? Nothing. The room has no windows, just this locked door. Yeah, he needs to be in bed for us to succeed in this. Let's go visit this place. Nobody knew anything about Tyron in Blackroot, right? I don't think so. So this is the water plant, the place we are going to now. Oh, come on, game. The manhole seems welded shut. A small placard On it reads, sealed by order of Charles Dunstan, manager, Tarant Water and Power Plant, 19 Lions Head Circle. 19 Lions Head Circle. We are here. This is the place. Hello? What? Greetings, sir. Might I ask you who you are? Yes, of course, I am Charles Dunstan, the manager of the Tarant Water and Power Plant. Nice to meet your acquaintance. Wow, this place is noisy. Yours as well, sir. Have you a moment? Certainly. So what do you do here, Mr. Dunstan? Here at the plant, we regulate the power usage for the city and make sure that the sewage systems are running correctly. Tarant is a technologically advanced city, sir, and it's a full-time job to keep everything running smoothly. And of course, there have been the problems as of late with the old sewers. What problems are those, Mr. Dunstan? Well, as you can well imagine, there's never been a more perfect place for vermin and evil creatures than a sewer system. Unfortunately, it's almost impossible to keep those vermin down in the sewers systems once they've taken up residence. Oh. He shakes his head. There have been some fatalities. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. So you sealed all of the sewers up? No, just the worst parts. Some of the sewers are still open to the street, although I wouldn't recommend roaming around in those either. Creatures aren't the only things you'll find down there. I see. Is there any way I could get down into the old sewers? He sets his jaw firmly. No. No one is allowed to go down there except with my permission. And I can tell you right now, no one is getting my permission. That's my final word on the matter. There's only one way down there, and you'll have to get by me to use it. I see, so there's no way to get down there except through here. No. As I've told you, to the best of my knowledge, we sealed up all of the entrances into the old sewers when I deemed it necessary. There might be another way in, but if there is, I don't know about it. Are you actually telling me, like, low-key telling me that I should search for another entrance? Maybe in the cemetery? Okay. Farewell. Thank you for the help, I suppose. This city is full of mysteries.